A lever is a rigid bar which is free to move about a fixed point. This fixed point is known as the fulcrum or the pivot. Now, how do we identify these levers? Because we have three types of levers, we have three classes of levers. We have the first class levers, we have the second class levers, then we have the third class levers. Now the question is, how do we identify that this lever or this rigid bar which is free to move about a fixed point, how do we identify that it is in first class, second class, or third class? Now, we identify that using an acronym called PLE. Now, before we go to this, as far as levers are concerned, this rigid rod we are talking about, which is free to move about a fixed point, has 3 points. It has a point called the load, it has what we call the effort, and the fulcrum, or the point where it's going to rotate about. So now, how do you identify first class levers? Now, first class levers using PLE. P stands for pivot, L stands for load, E stands for effort. So if it is a first class lever, then it means that the pivot is between the load and the effort. If it is a second class lever, then it means that the load is between the effort and the pivot. If it is a third class lever, it means that the effort is between the load and the pivot. So you use the acronym PLE to be able to identify which one is first class, second class, third class, depending on which one is in the middle of the other two. Now let's explore each class. Let's look at the first class levers. Now, first class levers, like we had earlier said, the pivot is between the load and the effort. And examples here include now second class levers, here the load is between the pivot and the effort. And examples of second class levers, we have the wheelbarrow, and also we have the bottle opener. Then for third class levers, these have the effort between the pivot and the load. And examples here we have. This brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for tuning in. For more of these videos, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button. For Kisembo Academy, this is Arnold Ranga Kuramya.